Hello dear students, this is As Mohammad Khan and I welcome you with today's segment student. Today we will discuss about the functions of ecosystem. First, what is the ecosystem student? Ecosystem is the interrelation in between biotic and abiotic components. And in this relation, they use means the living organism or the biotic components use the abiotic components sustainably, means they use them judiciously in sustainable manner. So in the ecosystem, these are the functions. First is the production, second is the energy flow, third is the biogeochemical cycle. Means with the help of the ecosystem, due to the relation in between the biotic and abiotic components, production of the energy is done by the autotrophs, means by the plants. Plants synthesize their food with the help of abiotic components, and in this way what they do, they convert the solar energy into chemical energy student. And in this, the solar energy, soil, water and carbon dioxide gas plays very important role, and that comes from abiotic components. So we can say that the production of the energy takes place due to the ecosystem. Next is the energy flow. It is the next important function of the ecosystem student, and today we will discuss about this, means about the energy flow in detail. So what is the energy flow student? Means the autotrophs converts the solar energy into light energy. Means they convert the solar energy or the light energy into the chemical energy, and that chemical energy is transferred from one trophic level to another trophic level with the help of food chain, and that process is known as energy flow. Means energy is transferred from one trophic level or from one living organism to another living organism due to the ecosystem student. Next is biogeochemical cycles. There are the different biogeochemical cycles student, like the water cycle, oxygen cycle, carbon dioxide cycle, nitrogen cycle. These all cycles are maintained by the ecosystem, in which the living organism maintain these all gases like the water, oxygen, carbon dioxide and nitrogen in the environment. And in this, what components plays very important role? They are student biotic and abiotic components. Means due to the interrelation in between the biotic and abiotic components, these cycles are maintained student. Now we come on again the energy flow. So the energy flow is maintained by the ecosystem student, and it is maintained by a sequence, and that sequence in which the food is transferred from one trophic level to another trophic level is known as food chain student. So what is the food chain? Food chain is the chain or the sequence of eating or being eaten. Means it is the chain from which the food is transferred from one living component to another living component, and those all components that are the parts of the food chain are known as trophic levels. So we can say that the sequence in which the food is transferred from one trophic level to another is known as food chain student, and in the food chain energy flow plays very important role. Means the transfer of the chemical energy is taken place in the food chain. Like there is one example is given here, grass is taken by the deer and deer is taken by the tiger. So in this The grass is the producer, student, because it is autotroph. It makes its food with the help of sunlight, and it converts the solar energy of the sunlight into the chemical energy, and it works as producer, student. What is it? It is producer. And here the deer and the tiger, what are they, students? They are consumers. And in this, the deer is the primary consumer. It is the primary consumer. And tiger is secondary consumer. It is secondary consumer. Now in the food chain, student, the primary consumer generally belongs from the herbivores, student. Herbivores or the omnivores. And the secondary consumers belong from the omnivores or the carnivores, student. Means they have the primary consumers have the vegetarian food habit. That's why they are known as herbivores. And the secondary consumers have the non-vegetarian eating habit. That's why they are known as carnivores, or they are low. Now in this, grass, deer and tiger. With this, there is another components are also found in the food chain that are known as decomposers, student. And decomposers take the dead or decaying materials as food. Means they convert the dead and decaying material into the humus, and they are known as decomposers. And in the decomposer, student, mainly the bacteria and the fungi come in that category. Now we come on the next important topic, that is food web. Many times the food chain, student, the food chain are interacted with each other and they form a network like structure, and that network like structure or that cage like structure is known as food web, student. So we can say a network in which a food chain can be interrelated or interlinked with other food chain is known as food web, student. Like here, there is one food web is here, student. Like plants is taken by the rat, plant is taken by the rat, and rat is taken by the snake, and snake is taken by the hawk. Now in this, plants are the producers, rat is primary consumer, snake is secondary consumer, and hawk is here the tertiary consumer. Now this plant can be also taken by the insect, and insect can be taken by the frog, but that frog can be taken by both snake or hawk. So this food chain means this food chain can be connected with this. Like in this way, the plants are taken by the birds, like the grains are eaten by the birds, and the birds can be taken by the snake or hawk. So it is also interlinked with this food chain. Now these three food chains are interlinked with each other. That's why this structure is known as food web, student. Now what is the main difference in between the food chain and the food web? In the food chain, the sequence is unidirectional. Means in this the trophic levels move in a particular single direction, in which a particular living organism is dependent on the other living organism, student. But in this, a particular living organism can be dependent on the food chain of other living organism, student. So it is the main difference. Like the food web is multi-directional in nature, but this food chain is unidirectional in nature. Means the food chain is unidirectional, but the food web is multi-directional. It is the main difference in this. In the food chain, the living organisms like the consumers are dependent on the single living organism, but in this, the food web, the living organism can be dependent on the other living organism or the other food chains living organism, student. So it is the main difference in between the food chain and the food web, and this is the most important concept. Means these both concepts, like the food chain and the food web, are the most important concept for the exam point of view, and they are generally asked in your board exam. So you try to cover these topics Thank you very much and have a nice day.